everybody. We are here at Gunners.
Yes. Hey, Maggie, how are you doing?
Finer than a frog hair split three ways. Thank you kindly
I don't know what that means,
for
but
asking.
I've heard you say it a few times. Why don't you share what that means?
Mighty fine. You ever seen a frog hair?
No.
Oh, they are that
But
fine.
do
And
they
then when you
have hairs?
split one three ways, that is as fine as
it
fine
could
can
get. Okay,
be.
okay.
So
All right, that's pretty fine.
finer than a frog hair split three ways.
All right. I like it.
Pretty
I like
daggone fine. So
Well, Maggie, we've been talking about new gun owners, and
we've been talking about a lot of
we've been talking
stuff.
about a lot of stuff. But a problem that, because working at a gun store for a long time,
That's 8 years.
that's a while. It's a good chunk of time.
Okay.
And during that time, we've talked about some crazy things, but you
Yes, we have.
gotten a lot of new gun owners over the last couple years. People who don't know how to handle firearms at all, or don't know anything about it, or are coming in with 2 cents of advice that they got from somebody.
Yeah.
What? I don't want to say necessarily what are the worst things that new gun owners do at gun stores, but what are some of the things that you'd like to share with gun owners when you go into a gun store? Don't do this stuff.
So the least favorite things from this side of the counter that you could do, coming in with your cell phone and you've got it on like the video chat, and you're not actually engaging with the people that are trying to sell you that own the shop, that work the shop, that will sell you your firearm. You are engaging with your phone, and the person who is on that phone, yeah, let me see that one. No, you want to look at that one. Get that one out of the, and it's the person on the phone that is instructing the live person in front of me what they want to look at. And they're not even asking that person questions like, are you going to be comfortable with this? Are you actually capable of handling this firearm? No, it's just like, no, have them pull that out of the counter right there. That's the one you want. I hate that. Oh my gosh, you guys. Hang up the phones. It's really guys.
Now, for the record, not just in gun stores, everywhere. You hang up phones when you're talking to people.
Please,
in real life. Yeah.
This is
Right.
personal
It's real
conversation here. Hang up the
Checking out in line,
digital
just hang up,
device.
Well, is it because it really kind of goes back to they're just taking this person's advice and they're not experiencing it for themselves?
It is always someone they trust thoroughly, that they know has more experience on the subject than them. And I am all for that. I am all for get as much help as you can find. But when you are there in person, at the store where you're looking at firearms, engage with the people behind the counter. They have seen everything. And most likely they've seen someone in your position looking for a new gun. We had a young man come in last week, and his friend on his phone was telling him, you need a Glock 26. That is what you want. There it is right there. Have them pull that one. You want to pull that one. Put that in your hand. See how it feels. So.
This is stressing you out.
Oh God, it really does. This whole thing.
That whole conversation bothers me. Yeah.
Really irk you on this side of the counter. First of all, get over it. You're going to have to check every single firearm before you hand them to the customer. Make sure they are entirely empty and unloaded and there's nothing in there before you hand it over. Drop the magazine out, and then you hand them a gun that is empty and unloaded, and then they proceed to, if they know how to close it, they'll close it, but then they sit there and they wave the barrel at you while they're sitting there talking to you. I'm so sorry, internet. I hate doing this.
People get upset when you wave the camera for some reason.
This is stressing me.
They're like sitting there living room. Hey, lady.
I hate this. This is really stressing me out too. Okay, so
now, what do you do in that scenario? Do you take it away from them, or do you yell at them? Like, what do you do?
Some people will. Some people will. I have more patience
Brian,
than
what do
that.
you do when people wave a gun at you?
It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother you? Okay.
You get over it because you know you've checked. You know you've dropped the magazine. You've been watching their hands. They're not reaching into their pockets, pulling out fistfuls of bullets and loading them in there and then closing it up and waving it around at you. No, they are, you're, but then the other thing, when you go to actually go through the function of a firearm and see whether or not you can manage it. Manage to rack the slide, manage to drop the magazine, your finger placement. This is unlike, to a new gun owner, this is something you have never put your hands on before. Now, someone that has experience would know finger straight, index, the trigger, you see the trigger right here, there's nothing right there in that trigger. My finger is nowhere near it. My hand is gripping the frame. My finger is either, some people put their finger below it. I like to index to the side of the trigger, but never actually inside that trigger guard. Do not touch the trigger. Some places actually have locks on all the triggers, so you can't touch them anyway. And to watch first-time firearm owners or browsers, inexperienced, just go through and work the functions of a gun without having that place to put their finger, because that's the natural place you want to put it. It's a trigger. Yeah. You want to put your finger on it. You don't want to put your finger on it until the very, very, very end. Once it's loaded, once it's aimed in the direction that you are going to be practicing or knowing to keep your little booger hook off and away from the hole in which the bang switch is. So when I watch people cycling firearms, once again, let me tell you that this is entirely magazine out. This is empty and unloaded, and I've checked this for the 17th time in the last 4 minutes probably. So the first thing they'll do, release the slide, aim it at you, and then, hey, let's see if you can pull that slide back. So with their finger right through that trigger guard right there, and then they aim it right at you, and then they pull it back with their finger on the trigger, and oh, it clicked! Oh, it clicked! Yeah, it clicks! Yeah, and if that had any ammo in it,
It would have destroyed something.
I'd be a dead kitten, for sure.
Yeah. Well, and then imagine if they said, well, you know, my buddy Rick on the phone here said, this is what I want, I'll take it, and they go home and they just buy some bullets and then put it in, and that's it. So
Please
really,
practice.
it's about the lack of education, the lack of practice.
Please practice. Please find an awesome gun store that is willing to help you and educate you, and find people behind the counter that don't get terribly flinchy when you're looking at firearms in that counter. They know they've checked, they are empty and unloaded. In some cases, they'll already have trigger guards or trigger locks on them or something, so you won't actually be able to test the trigger on it. That is a pro and a con. It's a pro because, you know, it's really safe on both sides of the counter, but it's a con for someone that might be looking to purchase a new firearm, not being able to try that trigger.
Right.
Every trigger's different. Some of them you will be able to pull very easily. Others, yeah, you're not going to be able to do it at all. So
in the end, when you come into a gun store and you don't know what you're doing, don't act like you know what you're doing.
Please.
Just accept the fact that you need some learning to be done. And honestly, if I went and took a gun class next weekend, even after all the years of shooting and all the different, I guarantee I'm going to learn something. That sometime I'm going to go, oh, I never knew that thing.
yeah.
And you can never really stop learning. So just learn as much as you can. Keep learning, and then buy a gun.
Yes, and then buy multiple guns.
Yes.
Buy all the guns.
Yeah.
Try
Try
everything.
them all.
It's
I recommend mini guns.
it's a really slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope. Yeah.
As I think 9 years ago, 9 years ago, I did not own any firearms whatsoever. And my husband laughed because our first gun, he set it down on the counter empty and unloaded. It's a revolver and .357 Magnum. It's my favorite gun now. But the first time he brought it home, set it down, was cleaning it and everything like that. And he's like, pick this up, look at it. See that? I'm like, nope, not me. Don't want to touch it. I'm not even going to look at it. Just go ahead, put that thing away. That's all you. That's not me. And here I am, working at a gun store for 8 years. And I play with firearms. So anybody can learn this. It's
anybody can.
Anybody
Absolutely.
can.
Absolutely.
It does take practice. It does take time. And you don't have to know about everything. You just have to know about the one that you're going to purchase. So just keep looking. You have lots of options. Your parents probably told you, yeah, don't marry the first person you date. Just keep dating around. Find that.
Don't buy the first gun you like.
Yeah, don't buy the first
gun that's recommended
that you lay your hands on. Yeah. Don't buy that one. Try everything first.
Learn, educate yourself.
Yes, please. Yeah. Education is key. Yeah. Take those classes. Continue to practice at the range. And gun owners are so cool. They are so cool because there aren't really a whole lot of other communities and cultures where if you haven't tried something before and you raise your hand and say, I've never done this, you get a line of people that are just like, try this, try that, try this. Let me give you lessons. Can I show you something that might be easier for you? So this is a really all-inclusive community, I would say, on the whole, and it's not something that you should feel excluded because you don't have any knowledge yet.
Right.
So.
Well, Maggie, gosh, thank you so much. We always appreciate you and your wisdom that you always have for us. Thank you so much.
Well,
this is good stuff, too. This is important things we're talking about.
It really is.
Yeah,
Thanks for swinging by, Mark. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Absolutely. You as well.
And take care, Internet. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.